Welcome to, ladies and gentlemen, to another inertial call. That's right, and I don't play on these, which I should, of course, but where are we? Interesting thing about the virus is this is actually the time to give that. It shows why the internet's even here. You know, they're driving us more and more indoors. Less physical contact also means less convincing contact. It's probably psychologically easier to convince somebody of an idea straight in front of them than it is anyway else. So that being the case, uh, yet we have to go on. The ideas of water metaphysics and quantum consciousness are outweighing uh, the survival capitalism. And I think it goes that far that once we come on and agreed on focus and concentration, not only of governance but of self, through a core principle that that unifies and cheaply that unifies is a common civil health. Uh, there could pay power structure changes. If we taxed and the balance of taxing and all that fun stuff goes with every movement within government, but within self, there's not that need for weighing it against. There's not a part of you that says no. Let's not find love. And since that focus and concentration is there, it helps us to accept the abstract. And inside that creativity, um, we change. And our direction as society turns more towards, or uh, I propose that this change, just from diaphragmal breathing awareness to understanding what we don't understand, or looking to understand what we don't understand, or respecting that we don't understand. As in the meaning of all, we'll just stay away from. But a direct relational response of a person's consciousness to realize their water, to realize better eating practices. Um, uh, and I'm not going to sit here and stand up for all these different things, except to say these are what work with me, and I understand that it seems like a natural pathway to like only eat raw food. It's a natural pathway to maybe just eat the stuff that's in your area that grew naturally here. Um, there's I lived on a raw food farm once, and it was a very enlightening experience because a majority of my a good height of my weighing out of my depression came with vegan living, and adherence to that is easy when you get older because it's like one day you have these feelings and the next one day you have these problems, the next day you have these problems, and it's all health related, and you start realizing, okay, well, if I eat a carrot every day, or a head of a thing of corn, that I don't. My next day, my arthritis isn't as bad, and I have arthritis in my neck and my hands. Not diagnosed, but in my neck, yeah, um, but just raw food itself. Anyway, when we start looking at all the stuff that's going on, where are we? And art, from my own definitions, is a representation of its time, and our time seems to be pushing us more and more inside, and it's almost a uh, uh, it just it seems like so much money is put into things for it not to pay off. These people are like, no, you must be kidding, to start with. But our society, our modern day society, is definitely heading to the only place you're safe is in your house, and if you're only safe inside your house, then of course you're blowing up your TV set. You don't even thinking about the Minnesota riots, or thinking that they say, well, 80%. They said there was a domestic arrest rate with 80% of the arrestees being from different places besides Minnesota. Like, they're trying to set it up this way to say that there's domestic terrorism going in with protests. I think protest is the domestic terrorism. In fact, it was Obama that put it into the thing to say that it was, that we can consider protests as thing. And this is wrong. The system is moved so far to one side that only people that report on that one side are the ones that are allowed to play in the game at all. They say you're creating faulty media. Well, you're creating faulty media with media, which is what they've done from the beginning of time. If you don't believe me, just read the French in the 1900s, whatever you want to say, the 19th century. I know, I was like,